Good afternoon. Welcome to CraftStash Live from my home again, of course. I've got a really exciting show for you today. So we are looking today at Spectrum Noir. Now, this is a brand that's been around for a little while now, and we know that they deal with top quality products. So we're talking about inks and pens and such like. But we've got the really exciting discovery kits for you today. Now, we're a bit close up because I wanted to be able to show you lots of colouring, some lettering and some watercolour today, and I want you to be able to see it really close. So I've got a camera just here, just off screen as such, so we've zoomed in on my face. So thank you for joining us today. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all staying at home and keeping creative, finding plenty to do, and those of you who are still going out working, please stay safe. I really would love it if you could be sharing this post with your friends. Let them know you're watching. Tag your friends who might be interested in these kits, because we've got a few giveaways going on. We've got lots and lots of special offers as always. Now, the first giveaway, if you caught the CraftStash Facebook post earlier in the week, it was a couple of days ago, we asked you which of these kits you'd most like to see demonstrated. Okay, so that's what I'm doing today. We've tallied up all of the results and there were hundreds of comments. Thank you all so much. So we are going to actually pick one of those winners from those comments to win two of these kits. Now, we've got another two sets of two kits to go out, and they are going to come from you, everyone who is commenting today. So I've got Nicole, hello, you're in West Sussex, apparently. We've got Tom, hello, Kathleen, Debbie, Shelley, Angela. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful day, so I really appreciate you being presumably indoors and watching us. Now, these kits are absolutely beautiful. What I'm going to do first of all is run through the individual kits, and then we're going to be demonstrating. We have the watercolour one, we have the creative colouring and the modern calligraphy. Hopefully I will get to demonstrate all of these throughout the hour, and I am here for a whole hour today. Hello everyone, we've got people internationally, not just from the UK, so welcome to all of you. So glad you can join us. If you want to be in with a chance of winning one of these kits on this live feed as well, what I want to know from you is, what would you like to be learning? What new skill would you like to be learning whilst we're all indoors? So if you just comment with that, and I've got my beautiful assistant Maria is on the other end, miles away from me, but she's going to be reading all these comments. She is actually brand new to CraftStash, so please welcome her in the comments anywhere where you see. There we go, CraftStash, hi everyone. She's just commented. That is Maria. She is going to be joining us and commenting weekly for us, so please give her a really warm welcome to the CraftStash family as well. So she will be picking two winners for me, and I'll be announcing them at the end of the hour. So let's get started. I'm going to bring you down onto my other camera that's really close. We're going to have a look at these kits. Let's start first of all. Now, this actually comes from the creative colouring set, which you can see here. Now, these boxes are beautiful. Now, I've got really good light actually, and I just wanted to mention this before I forget. The light that I've got shining on here is my LED light. Now, I absolutely adore this. In fact, I'm going to break tradition. I'm going to come back. This is my LED light. Okay, I'm just going to try and bring it into shot so you can see here. There we go. So let's bring it in. This is like my godsend at the moment. I absolutely adore it. I have it on my desk all the time. It's got a couple of settings. Now, if I bring you back down, the reason I'm mentioning this is because we have got a really good offer on it. It's only $19.99 at the moment, and if you're crafting, it's perfect. It's adjustable. It's got different mode settings as well. If you watch this, so this is the cool setting. Did you see the colour change there? When you're colouring, when you're watercolouring, when you're drawing, this is going to be really helpful for you. I've got another mode here. This is the warm setting, so if you want a warmer glow to your light as well. And we have what I call the daylight setting, so it's like your natural light. We also have different strengths of light with each setting as well. So this is as bright as it will go, and then we can turn it down lower and lower. So it's a really handy tool to have on your craft desk while you're crafting, to give you the best possible light for the best possible colour choices. Okay, so that is actually on CraftStash at the moment, all the way down to $19.99 from $28.99. So a quick a quick mention of that there. So this is the creative colouring, the Discovery Kit from Spectrum Noir. This is for the improved colourist, but I think actually if you're a beginner, this is going to be absolutely fantastic. The reason being is, as you can see, you get pens included in the kit, you get some cards, and you get an instruction booklet as well. And if I bring these in, this is what you get included. Okay, so we get our booklet here. It's got so much in it. We've got a little bit about the pens. We've got a designer who has exclusively produced the artwork and all the tips and techniques for you with every kit, and they are different designers for every kit, so they are an expert in their field. Telling you about the pens that you're getting. They're refillable, whether they are water-based, whether they are alcohol-based, things like this. Things that, to be honest, used to confuse me very, very easily. Until I got to grips with the pens and what does what, things like this. So alcohol markers are slightly see-through, so they've got that transparency, so they get darker with every stroke. I don't know if you can just see that because I've got my light shining on it, but you can see, yeah, they get darker with every stroke, so that's really handy to know. That's what you can use alcohol markers for. So like I say, if you are new to colouring with alcohol pens, and a lot of people do this with their stamping, this is going to be absolutely perfect. We've got things like colour blending. Now, I found this really interesting because when you mix the colours that you're given together, and these are some of the ones that you're given in the pack, you can get different shades. Now, I loved this. So you've got a grey in there. So mixing the colours with the grey, and you can get these sort of vintage tones. Things like this are absolutely invaluable. Now, so many of you are commenting at the moment on wanting to improve your colouring. So I'll go into this kit in a little bit more detail in a moment, but you can see there some of the colours that we've got. So we've got like this skin tone, pink, the pale yellow, the denim blue, the grey, and we get a fine liner as well for adding detail. Everything you need to know is in that booklet about using these. We also get included in this kit, there's postcards. Now this is like a marker paper, so it won't bleed. It's the perfect type of paper, which is something else that maybe if you're brand new to colouring, you're not sure, you know, you don't go on note paper. Do you use watercolour paper, or what do you use? So you're given 3 different designs. Now you can see I've already been starting on this one. Now, I can't usually colour. I've always admitted colouring with alcohol pens I've always found difficult. But last night I sat and I did this skin tone, and I'm going to complete her and show you what I've learned from this kit so far already. So if you are new, so am I. So please be encouraged with what I've learned so far. And then with this marker paper, you get 3 blank pieces as well, so you can do your own designs. Now, what I would suggest is take your stamped images that you have at home, stamp them in something like either a StazOn or a Versamark that won't run with any other water, and then stamp them and colour those in, practice your stamped images. So that's one kit. So that is the creative colouring kit. Just going to come next to the watercolour kit. So I love this little frog. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? It's so cute. Now with all of these there are downloadable sheets, so you'll need to go to the Spectrum Noir website for those. So all the details are on the back of, where are they? I'll show you in a moment. In the brush lettering one, there we go. So you have details about where to find the guided sheets. So if you want to download any more colouring sheets, you can absolutely do that with all of these. So the watercolour one, really good fun. So we're away from our alcohol markers now. We're now on to watercolour. So with this one, we get the same. We get the project booklet, and of course this goes through. We've got a different designer here, an expert with her watercolours. We've got tips and things there for you, techniques that you can use. I love to use these with water, but you can use them on their own. Obviously water's not supplied, you do need to use your own tap. Here's some that I've started playing with, and I thought today I would have a go later on with you at doing the frog, so you can guide me and tell me where I'm going wrong or right, and we can learn this together. It'll be really good fun. With this kit we get 5 pens again. Now if you've ever looked at Spectrum Noir pens to purchase them, you'll know that actually they are really top quality pens, and the price of course reflects that. These are usually, the kits alone are usually £20, and that's absolutely a fantastic price for each of these kits when you're getting all the pens you need, the tuition and the tools. These are down today to £11.99 each, or 2 for 19, sorry. I'm not sure what the original price is. Sorry, 2 for 19 or £11.99 each. That's an amazing, amazing price. When you think you're getting all of these pens for less than £12, that is brilliant, without the tuition even. So you can see here with these watercolour ones, the Aqua Spectrum Noir pens, we've actually got all the primary colours and of course the green as well there. So with these we are going to be able to build virtually any colour and any shade that you want to. You also then get the extra fine liner in there as well, they're art liners they call them. So you are going to be able to do things like this project, and like I say, we will be trying that out in a little while. So that's the second kit. Now, another one that you've really enjoyed here is the lettering one. Now, obviously, if you've seen me before through CraftStash or through Simply Lettering magazine, you'll know that I have a huge passion for lettering. Modern calligraphy is another name for it. Brush lettering is another name for it. They're all very similar. Now, I absolutely adore this kit because I am quite experienced with it, so I know what works. And the amount of pens you're getting in here and the variety of pens is fantastic. Now with these you get the projects as such, project cards, and you get the download codes on the back of those. You do get, again, your project booklet, so talking about the different pens that you're getting and how to hold your pen there. I'll run through some of these with you whilst I'm doing the demonstration, because this is the third one I'll be demonstrating. You've got an alphabet there, so you can trace over these, you can go directly over the top of the paper if you want. Describing for you how to use your pens with the pressure, that's a big thing with lettering, pressing down and such. And adding flourishes and things like this, changing the styles, because there are lots of different styles to modern calligraphy and you choose which one you prefer. So you get that guidebook there. You do get the smooth paper. Now this is really important. It's not just any cardstock or paper. It's not the most imaginative image there, is it? White paper, but it's super smooth. It won't fray your pens, and it's very important that you have the special paper. Now, this is great because we've got the thing. This is the brush one. I'll show you more when we demonstrate them. This is the brush. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. In fact, I sent some of these brushes to one of my designers for Simply Lettering, and she was absolutely, can I use the word flabbergasted? I haven't used that for years. She loved them. As an experienced lettering artist, she was so blown away with the quality of them. So there's a black brush pen, there's a black fine liner, there's a gold shimmer pen. Now if you've seen on any of my own Facebook posts recently, I've been using these shimmer or sparkle pens, so I'll put that in focus actually. Hopefully you can see a bit of the shimmer in there, but I will use some of that in a little while and I will show you the shimmer in that brush pen. Then we have the dual tip pens. Now these also have a brush, so the silver is absolutely stunning, and then we have the smaller nib on the end. So we have the silver and we have the metallic lilac as well, so that's like a bullet nib there. So these all come in this kit. This is an absolutely fantastic starter kit, but if you're not a beginner, this is a brilliant way of adding to your stash and improving. In fact, while we're on the topic of lettering, just before I look at the other kits quickly, excuse me, there's a really, really exciting competition going on. I am going to be running a very exclusive sort of improver intermediate lettering class. So if you've had a go at lettering, maybe you've got lots of questions, maybe you've got stuck. If you head over after this live to Craft World, you will find that there is a competition, and I think there's going to be 4 or 5 people can win an hour's tuition with me. Okay, so that's all of us together on a video link. I'm going to spend an hour doing the exclusive project just with you. Bring your own tools. Let me know I'll have a chat with you in advance what you've got to hand, so I can base the project around what you've already got there. I might even send you out a few things personally to help you along with this tutorial, and you can ask me questions. We can all have a big chat via video link. So if you want to be in with the chance of winning that, at the end of this video, pop over to craftworld.com and find out about that. That will be there. I've got lots and lots of offers for you as well to mention, and I just need to say we've got a brand new feature on the website as well. When you go on to craftstash.co.uk, if you go up to the top, let me do this the right way around for you. So you want to go up to the top, I think it is, and you want to go to brands. Okay, sorry, not brands. You want to go to the menu and go down to bargains. I think it says bargains. And in there you'll find a tab that says Facebook Live. So from Facebook Live, and that will be everything that I'm talking about today. All these deals, all these fantastic offers that I mentioned, things like our deal of the day, everything Spectrum Noir that's on offer at the moment, and I will be talking you through all those. They are all there as well. So if you're thinking, oh, how much did she say that was, or did she say that was on offer? Pop over to the website and check out that bargains tab with the Facebook Live section, and everything's there, and that will be there for the week until next Friday when we change everything. Okay, so make sure you check that out later on and remind yourself. So let's get back and look at 3 more of these kits. I'll whiz through these ones quickly because these are the ones I'm not going to be demonstrating unless we get loads more time. So this one is beautiful as well. Now, actually, my daughter's been having a play with this one. She loves it. And these are the Tri-Blend pens from Spectrum Noir. So these ones are, again, alcohol-based. So for alcohol colouring, not necessarily for your stamped images, but for mindful colouring. These are fantastic. You're also getting 2 fine liners included in this. Now, the Tri-Pen, you can see where my daughter's been having a go. She has done this blending herself. Okay, she is 14 years old and she's followed the instructions in here. Let me see. So you can see here we've got instructions, we've got detailed diagrams here as well on how to colour everything. And you can see these 3 shades that create these beautiful mandalas. These are included in the pens. Now I'll come to the pens in a moment, but you can see here we've got this mandala, we've got some plain sheets. These are the marker paper that you need with your alcohol pen, so they've included those. They've got another beautiful one here, and they've got this stunning one as well. So you're going to have lots of fun. Just remember, $11.99 for all of these. Just the pens alone are worth this. Okay, so the pens now, we've got 2 fine liners there in different thicknesses, but we've also got these pens. Now, these are absolutely fantastic. In fact, because I'm not going to be demonstrating these, I'm just going to very quickly show you what these do. Now, there are actually 3 pens in each pen, so really effectively you're getting 9 different colours included in this kit, which is such fun. Now, these at the moment, any 3 single tri-blend markers on CraftStash, you're going to be able to pick up for £9, okay? So that's over on CraftStash at the moment. So you can grab this kit now and you can go and top up with some other colours to complement for a fantastic price. So at the moment, that's another deal that's over there on CraftStash. So let's have a look at these. We have 3 tones of the same colour. Now, this is our coral blend. So you can see C1, C3 and C6. So CR is obviously the colour. 1, 3 and 6 are the shade of that colour. This helps you to blend really easily, okay? So I'm going to take, first of all, the darkest one and show you. So there's 1 shade. And then I'm going to take the next one along, which is in the middle of the barrel there. So there's the next shade. I'm going to just bring this out from the first colour. And then at the other end, we've got the paler shade. And I'm just going to colour this out like so. And can you see there, I've then got a perfect blend from dark to light, the 3 different shades from 1 pen. So you've actually got here, you've got your coral blend, you've got your true blue blend, and then you've got your light green blend as well. So they're all included with the mandalas. Now, I promised I would whiz through these quickly and get into demonstrating. So I've got 2 more very, very quickly kits to go through. We've got the illustration kit here, absolutely beautiful again, just to help you with your colouring, with your shading, with your texture as well. This has the booklet, of course, and then you've got the cards. So you've got the beautiful tulips, the lemon, the mint, I presume that's going to be a hot lemon, the macaroons there as well with the gorgeous floral and flower elements, and then you've got the marker paper again. And then we have the pens. Let me put these up the right way around for you. And they're all beautiful pastel colours. So again, mixing these, you've got two ends to them, so you can mix them, you can create different colours, different blends. You have the fine liner there as well, and that is a really fine liner. Everything you need to know about illustration is in that kit. And lastly, before I get to actually properly play and demonstrate some of these for you, we have the concept design one. Now this one my son absolutely adores as well, because he is a budding artist. He loves to design things. This is more about your graphic design, okay? So as you can see, for the aspiring designer. So with this one, you're getting that booklet that you need. You're getting the cards that you need as well. And you're getting these darker tones. I think for the boys at home at the moment, whether they be young or old, this is going to be a fantastic kit for them. But this has got different greys in there, a couple of oranges as well. So you can learn about adding that texture and that detail to your designs, okay, whatever they may be designing. So we've got a few different offers as well, but I have got a very exciting announcement for you today. So last week we had the Daisy May collection on. We were looking at those with the lovely Claire, and we set a challenge to create or decorate some food. We said a cake, but it didn't have to be a cake. I saw someone was using jam on toast and things. And that competition, we now have the 5 winners, and they are going to win some product from the Daisy May range. So the 5 winners from that are... Thank you so much for sending all your cakes in. It made me really hungry as well, by the way. I do have photos of these actually. But unfortunately, I thought I could put them on here and I can't show them, so I will show them later on. But the winners are Nicole McGinley, well done. Lisa Robson, congratulations. We have Wendy Vogel McGowan, congratulations as well. Luke Fitzmaurice, I really want to see all these now. I want to show you all because they are fantastic. And lastly, Sue Hobbs. So well done to all 5 of you for entering that cake competition. Someone will be in contact, or you can message CraftStash and just let them know you've been announced as one of the winners, and we'll get back to you a bit quicker then, and we'll get something out to you for that. So thank you so much. That was such a fun competition. So many stencils and die cuts being used there. It was really good to see. Right, so the first kit that I'm going to be demonstrating here of the creative kits. Let's come back down. There we go. The Discovery kits is this one, the colouring one. I think this was probably one of the most popular. And as you can see, we have got the plain paper, but then we also have these 3 fantastic kits or images to be colouring in. Yes, thank you everyone saying congratulations to the winners. I don't know if anyone here is watching who won. It'd be fantastic to hear from you if you are. It's great. Oh, look, so many of you. Congrats. Thank you. I love when we get interactive. So with this kit, I'm going to show you the skin shading that I've picked up so far, because this is not something that I could ever do before. And I'm quite pleased with what I've managed to do with this face. And this is just learning from the kit. Okay, so I'm going to pull all the pens out first of all. So we have a nice grey, a blue. Now I did wonder why there's a grey in there. I thought, do you use grey very often? And actually you use it an awful lot. It helps you to get the coloured tones, the shading in there. So I've got the 5 pens, have got the fine liner as well. You've got instructions on what you need to use that, and you've got the booklet in there also to follow if you need to. So what I've found, let's just bring this one to the top, pop the others to the side. They are beautiful, but like I say, you can use your own stamped images. Now for this one, we've got the honeydew colour, and this is very much like a skin tone. Okay, so what I was doing last night, can you see this paler colour that's on the nose and on the eyelids? So this one, as you can see, as I colour, this is the same one. But alcohol inks actually dry. They take a few seconds for the alcohol to evaporate and the colour to be left behind. While this alcohol is still within the ink there on the paper, it's much easier to blend. But as you can see, that has now lightened up. If I now, can you see the difference between the wet and the dry? So it's a good idea to take your colouring slowly so you can see the true colour before you start thinking, oh, I need that light, oh, I've put too much colour down, and panicking. So what I'm going to do is put a base colour down over the neck and the shoulders. Now this is one of those things where I know you're watching me quite close up, so I'm going to go over the lines, of course. Now you can see here where I've got a join, and that looks pretty obvious, but that will actually even itself out quite well once it's all dry. But the great thing about alcohol pens is you do have that option of layering up your colour. So there's a couple of different ways we can add some shading. So I'm just going to lay down the base colour. Now I just want to show you as well, you do have two different pen nibs. So if you are doing a large area like this, I'm one of these people who I need my paper to be kind of to the side and not straight on. You do have the larger pens to use if you want to. You can use the chisel nib if you're colouring a large area. So you can see, really, considering I've layered that over and done that really roughly, that's not too bad at the moment. Now, to add shading, you can do two things. So if you want subtle shading, you can simply layer up the same colour over. Once it's dry, go over again. You can see that already starts to add some shading, and we would do that along here, and just where the clothing is, you'd have a slight shadow dropping down onto her skin there. I do go quiet when I'm colouring, so you might need to nudge me every now and then and tell me. So you can see as that dries, you've got that subtle shadow. Now, for example, here where the hair is and under the neck, I want that to be quite a bit darker. So this is all things I've learned from this booklet. I can't colour, usually. This is all things that from having this kit. This kit is $11.99 at the moment, or two of them for $19.99. So imagine how much you're going to learn from such a small investment. And I'm taking the grey and I'm just adding the grey where I want it to be, where I think the shadows should be. And while that's still wet, I'm just going to go over that with my the same colour again and blend that out, little hatched lines. So as that dries, you start to see that has dried much lighter and you've just got that subtle shadow. That's what I did here along the edge of the face there where it curves round. So you can see already that's bringing that skin to life. Okay, so that has been a really, really quick and easy way to bring this colouring to life. Now I'm just going to do the same on her shoulder, but when it comes to the fabric that's draped around her, I think it's a really funky dress actually, all the different fabric pieces, you're really going to be able to have lots of practice with shading, adding highlights as well. One thing I've done here in the hair is left white areas, which are actually then the highlights. So that's another tip that I never would have thought of, actually leaving areas without any colour at all. I just imagine you need to colour everything. So where the shading is, I've just gone in with the grey. Now you could leave that if you wanted it really, really obvious shading, but I just want to blend it out, so I'm just colouring little circles back over with my colour and leave the curve of the shoulder there a little bit lighter. And you can see now that's lightened up. You probably need to do the other side the same so it doesn't look so different. You can see the shading in there is like a skin tone, so it really is like having a vintage colour to my pale skin tone there. So these kits are absolutely brilliant for helping you learn. Whether you are a beginner, maybe you've been colouring a while and you think, well, I'm a little bit stuck. I see techniques that other people are doing and I'm not doing them myself. So I'm really pleased so far with what I've learned, and hopefully now that's dried a little bit, you can see. And what I will do is once I've finished this image completely, later on I will post a photo of this. I'll send it to CraftStash so they can post some photos of them as well. So now Kimberly, thank you. You've just said my shading's amazing. I don't think it is. I think the kit has taught me how to do it. Honestly, before this, I couldn't do colouring. If you check back on my social media, I don't colour this, but I've really, really enjoyed learning the tips and the techniques. I'm just going to do one more little bit the same. Now, you can do as I've done, lay the grey down over the colour, lay the grey down first, lay the blue down first, whichever. But another option for you is also to add one tip to another with these. So I'm just going to show you on this. I'm going to make her dress blue because it's colour that I haven't used much yet. So colour this, and again, just give it a few seconds and allow that alcohol to evaporate, so you see the true colour coming through. That is a beautiful blue, isn't it? But effectively that will eventually dry to this colour over time, because that's the colour I used. It was this blue, so it will dry much lighter. Now what you can do is you can actually touch the tips of these pens together, and that will give you more colours as well. So I'm going to take my bullet nib that I'm colouring with, because this is small detail, and I'm going to take the chisel nib from the grey. So this is the ice grey there, perfect for shading. And I'm going to hold the grey upright and the blue down here. And I'm just going to touch the two tips together and just roll that blue around on the grey. So I can see that there's grey on that blue. Now this will not ruin your pens at all, okay? This is just going to help you to add shading. So now the grey and the blue have mixed on the end of my pen, and as you can see I can go in there and add that darker shade. If I come under here as well, can you see the difference there? And as I colour down this piece of ribbon, that will gradually go back to the original blue, as you can see there. Okay, and if I colour up here, this is more like, sorry, I just nudged the camera with my head then. That was a bit funny, but I've gone back to the original blue. So there's another way of adding colour there. So lots and lots. Again, this is something that I've learned from this kit, so lots and lots to learn there. Always pop the lid back on your pens. Let's just come back for a moment and see. So there's my image that I've been doing. I'm going to finish that and post that for you. I've still got lots and lots of comments coming in. Thank you. I'm so glad you can all join me today. It is beautiful weather outside, but isn't this just the perfect sort of thing to be sitting in the garden with and doing? So next I'm going to go to the watercolour. Now I have added in one additional tool to this, okay? Only one, mind you, but if you love watercolour, if you've tried it or you want to get into it, there are some fantastic deals at the moment. So if you go over to CraftStash, there is something called Goldine watercolour paper, and it's on offer. It's at $12.49 today. This is the watercolour paper I personally recommend for watercolour. If you see any of my lettering videos where I've added watercolour, this is the paper that I use. I bought mine, I'm not lying to you, I bought mine from the local craft shop, and it was over £18, and that was about a year ago. There's 100 sheets, it's taken me that long to use it, but it's $12.49 at the moment, and I've actually asked work to put some pads aside for me because I don't want them to sell out. If you love watercolour, if you're picking up this kit's only $11.99, pick up your watercolour paper, it's going to last you a very long time. So I just wanted to let you know about that, because I love personal recommendations. They're not just the sort of things I'm told that we're selling. This is absolutely one that you're going to love. We also have Canson Specialist paper pads, which is like your marker paper, which would be perfect with the last kit we saw. That is on offer as well. I mean, those pads are as low as £4.19 at the moment on the website, so make sure you are having a look at those. Like I say, in that bargain section, go down to Facebook Live, you're going to see all these deals there rather than trying to remember everything I'm saying. So the watercolour, such a fantastic look. I think watercolour is very forgiving because you have the option of doing like these splatters, blending colours together and just going with the flow, however it works. Just like letting it sort of blend itself and be happy with the results. Mandy, yeah, Froggy, we love him. Kate, yes, good value. Everything's such good value. Now again, we have fantastic expert in here giving us all her tips and advice. I have added in a water brush to this, but if you've got any sort of paintbrush and a cup of water, that will be absolutely perfect for you to use as well. So in here you can see we've got the different colour here too. So we've got how to mix the colours, the different what will happen if you mix the two colours, of course, because we have got 5 different colour pens here. Sorry if anyone's not keen on this close up, but I thought it's the best way for you to see the colouring today rather than the wider view. So we've got what I call the primary colours, and then there's sort of this purpley and greeny colour as well added in. So these are the colours that you've got across the top here. They're just showing you examples when you mix the two colours, the other colours that you're going to be able to achieve. And then we've got tips on how to mix them as well. So there's lots and lots here too. So I've got a few questions I just need to answer. Do we ship to other countries? Yes, I'm not sure who asked that. Yes, we do ship overseas as well. Okay, so worldwide shipping, of course. So please do order from CraftStash. It is absolutely fantastic place to be ordering all your craft supplies. I've got some more questions and I will answer those in a little while. Somebody's asked what is the mat I'm working on? Oh, so the mat I'm working on is just a self-healing mat. It's actually what I just call unbranded. So I will find an equivalent for you and link it for you in the comments later on as well. So so you can see what that is. It's a self-healing mat I use for everything. I think it's brilliant because it's got all the markings on. So back to the watercolour, I'm sorry. So we've got lots of tips here. So this is the little frog that we're going to be doing. He's on the front of the box as well. And we've got watercolour paper, but we've also got the bird of paradise flower there. That is gorgeous. I've started on that one, practicing some colour blending. We've also got this beautiful hummingbird as well. It's really handy. So Mandy, you like the instruction booklet. It is really, really handy to have that instruction booklet. There are so many tips and techniques. Now this is the watercolour paper. Now this is a really good quality one. I'm wondering if they actually say what the GSM is, because it is, let me see, it doesn't say what GSM the watercolour paper is, but I would always suggest 200 GSM or higher, which is exactly what that Goldine watercolour pad is that I was just raving about. So it's a really good quality, this one, actually, these cards. So great to start with. I'm going to have a go at the frog, and like I say, I have incorporated, I've got a water brush pen here. These are available as well on CraftStash too. Really handy because the barrel is already filled with the water. Who just said, Kate, if you're a millionaire, you'd buy everything on CraftStash? Well, do you know what? There's so many thousands of products. I'm not even sure if £1 million would even buy everything, because there is so much there. Whatever craft you're into, and we're adding to it all the time. But it would be fun to be a millionaire and spend it all on craft products, wouldn't it? So with the frog, I'm actually going to bring in this image here. So let's see which one's the best one. This image here as an example. So I'm going to have that beside me. I'm going to take the pens out. Again, these have 2 different tips to them. So we have the brush tip, which is quite a large brush tip, and we have the fine tip as well. We've got a fine liner in there as well for adding detail. The overall colour, of course, is going to be the green. But what I'm going to do first of all, and this is a tip that I picked up from the booklet, is just to lay down some water into your image first, because you're working on watercolour cardstock here. The water is only going to go where you put it. Okay, so as long as you guide it with your brush, you paint the water on where you need it, and just work in small sections at a time, and that won't spread any further. This is why you use watercolour paper and not any other sort of copy paper or mixed media paper. Watercolour paper will hold the water where you put it. Okay, so what I can do now is bring in my green. So I've got the large brush of the alpine green there, and I'm just going to touch. You can just see I'm just touching his nose there, and hopefully you can see that is just spreading outwards. That's starting to bleed outwards. I'm just going to go along the edges there and under his eye with the tip of the brush pen. So you can see that started to bleed itself, and then what I'm going to do is drag this ink in with my water brush so it stays wet for a little while. Watercolours are so much fun to play with. So there already I've created shading with watercolour. Okay, so this is really, I've just saw grib it whilst you can. Are we having some jokes on the comments there today? Grib it, ribbit? I think so. So you can use these without the water if you want to. Now if I press down harder, you see you get more of a juicy application there, and then more ink comes out. That is beautiful. You can use these without the water. You can absolutely blend these pens. They are the aqua pens. They are water based. But you can blend these pens without adding extra water in. Now this little froggy, I didn't do under his mouth, I'm sorry. His feet are red, so I think I'm going to come along and, can you see that? Spreading by itself. Isn't that just, I love to watch that. But then I'll have to come in as well. So his feet are red, but they blend from the red down to the green. So I think I'm going to do this on this arm. I'm going to show you how to blend from one colour to another. So as I said before, lay down a base colour. Now luckily the tip of my brush has a little bit of green on it, so hopefully you can see where I'm adding that water there. Let me just put the right lid on the right pen, and then I'm going to bring in this pinky colour. It's called Scarlet. Oh, we need this one. And I'm just going to colour. I didn't put a lot of water down on here, so it's not bleeding quite as dramatically as you just saw underneath the mouth. I'm going to colour the red in. Now I don't want this to be a solid stop from the red to the green. I want it to blend from one into the other. So here I'm going to paint his legs green, or colour his legs green, leave a little bit of a gap, and then what I can do is add water. Just drip the water in there in the middle. So I've just let it drip, and I'm going to just coax some of the red into there, and I've got a little bit of tissue here, so I'm just going to wipe the end of my brush on there, and then I'm just going to coax some of the green down into there as well. And then I'm not going to do anything else with that. I'm going to actually let that just blend itself. So we can come back and look at that in a little while and see what the result is when it's dried. You see I smudged a little bit out. Now another tip, if you do accidentally get any watercolour where you don't want it, on watercolour paper, if you take some clean water and just work that into there and then soak it up with a tissue, you can gradually work that colour back out. Okay, lift that up and you start to work the colour back out from where you've made the mistake, where you've just accidentally dropped a piece, if you want to. So I'll just finish doing some of this frog, because I'm just aware that actually I've been colouring and chatting for 45 minutes already. We will soon have some winners to announce, so I'm really excited actually, because we've got the winner of the post from earlier in the week. I think it was Wednesday it was posted, and then we'll have the winners from the comments. So don't forget to comment. What do you want to be learning whilst you are indoors? What are you going to take this time whilst we're all sort of spending more time in? Maybe some of you are off work and such. What do you want to be learning? There, look, I can go quiet while I'm doing this as well. I'm just going to do, this isn't on my diagram, but I'm going to do under his tummy yellow, sorry. I don't even know my colours. Look at that. Look how bright that yellow is. Let's just blend that out. I love working with watercolour. It really does give you the freedom to play, and there really isn't much in the way of mistakes. So you can see the effect that I'm getting there by adding the water. So, and his arm has really beautifully blended from one into another, and it's much more realistic, I suppose, natural, rather than having to do your own blending. So this, on the watercolour paper, someone's asked how long it would take to dry. I would probably leave this on a warm day 5 minutes. If it's a little bit cooler and you're in the shade or such, it might take 10-15 minutes. It's really not long at all. Alcohol pens, the ones we saw before, the colouring, they would only take minutes to dry, not even minutes. But the great thing is with all of these kits, the fine liners that you've seen included are actually alcohol-based fine liners. They won't react with a water-based pen and they will dry ever so quickly, so they are smudge-proof. So Spectrum Noir have really thought about all of those. So I'm just going to pop those back because I've got my last kit that I need to come to. While I'm getting this ready, I need to let you know about the deal of the day. So the deal of the day today is a hot off the press stamp A Beautiful Day set. It's usually $7.99. Today it's $4.99, so another fantastic price there. We've got lots of deals. So Spectrum Noir, we're having a bit of a Spectrum Noir deal day. We have got the tri-blend markers, 3 for £9. We have got 3 of the Spectrum ink pads as well. You know, they come in the different shades. They are 3 for £12. And then these kits that you can see here are only $11.99, or 2 different ones, or 2 of the same if you wish, for $19.99. So they, you know, there's so much that you can be learning from Spectrum, and they've actually roped in some of the best artists to help you with these tips and techniques. I love, okay, so a lot of people I've noticed comments. So Emma has just commented about wanting to learn some calligraphy skills. I saw quite a few other comments coming through about the same sort of thing. So this is my thing, besides watercolour actually as well. I love lettering, so let's have a look at these now. So we've got special paper. This is not marker paper, it's not watercolour paper. It's special paper that's, I'm just going to turn my LED light down there a little bit because it was a bit bright. So the special paper is super smooth. So we've got those. You can download these project sheets from Spectrum Noir, okay? Details are on the back of the cards there. So that is not a CraftStash, that is actually at Spectrum Noir, you can do that. But obviously CraftStash today have these amazing deals. And then we've got our pens. So I need to show you the pens, and I'm going to talk you through a very basic brush lettering tutorial here. But like I say, if you're interested in brush lettering, if you've maybe had a go in the past, definitely go over to Craft World after this show and enter the competition. 5 of you are going to win the chance for an hour with me. So there'll just be us 6. So we can have a coffee, we can do a video chat for an hour, and we can learn some intermediate / advanced lettering techniques, okay, with things you've got at home. So this is the art liner that comes in here, and this is a brush pen. So I think what I'm going to do is, if you can start commenting who would like their name written during this tutorial. I know there's a few seconds delay, so I need to wait for names to come out. If some of you can just sort of say what name you might like written, and I'll write it out as part of this demonstration. So I'll start with CraftStash because I don't have a name yet, as it takes a little while to start the comments start coming through. So this brush pen is beautiful. Now when you're brush lettering, me, Claire, is that your name? Me. Lots of you. Okay, I'm going to have to backtrack in a moment. I can't do everyone, I'm sorry, we don't have time. I'll do as many as I can. So I'll start with CraftStash. So when you're brush lettering, you notice with brush pens, they are flexible. So you can see there, you've got, when you press down, you get the thick line. When you lift up, you have the thin line. So pressing down, we have the thick line, and up, we have a thin line. Okay, so this is the basic skills for brush lettering, okay? So with these, you can then join up your words, and you'll start to notice how that looks like brush lettering. Down is pressing down, getting the thick line, and then up, you're getting the thinner line. And really, this is how we start. This is how we learn our basic techniques. So thick down line, thin up line. and then sometimes some of the flourishes I press down and I get slightly thicker line. You need a particular style of brush for this. You can't do this with a gel pen or a biro. You do need a brush pen and a flexible one. Lynn Clifton, I always struggle with the thin up line. Yes, it is practice. So our practice will be your thick down lines, and they will basically be lines like this, and then your thin up lines. In honesty, this is one of the very best beginner tools out there, the Spectrum Noir art liner in the brush form. My friend Andra absolutely adores these. So this is a fantastic one to get started with, if you've seen these. Of course, a little plug here, subscribe to Simply Lettering. We do supply pens with many of the issues and lots of tips and techniques in there as well. You can get that on CraftStash too. But within this kit, you're going to have all these tips and techniques and the pens included. So that's the art liner. I need to backtrack and find some of those names now. I don't know how I'm going to do. Oh, I can go back up. Claire, you were one of the first people to comment, I think. I think you said me. So I'm going to write Claire in the same way. You're with an I. That's Claire Willis. So this is a brush pen as well. This is included. So, of course, the C is going to be the same. So press down for the thick, up. And then I do lift my pen off and press down again. By lifting your pen off, you can kind of reassess where you're going, have a look and make sure you're happy with everything, with your spacing, make sure you're happy with your the size of your letters, because I used to find if I didn't lift my pen off and have a look, I would end up with letters, they start getting either bigger and bigger or smaller and smaller. There we go, Claire. I'll add a little tail to the... There we go. There's Claire. I will scroll up and find some other names to do. So that's the silver. Now the metallic that comes, I'm hoping you can see that silver shimmer in there. It's absolutely beautiful within this modern calligraphy kit. Let's just pop that over. I want to use the same cardstock to save wasting it. I'm just going to find another name. Where did I see? I need to get this one right though. Vivian. So Vivian Lee, I've got your name here. I'm presuming that you want me to write your name. A little tip for you, the gold pen that comes in this is the gold sparkle pen. When you first get it, what you'll find is the lid will be partially off. There will be a bright yellow or green band here. What you need to do is you pull the lid off, take that band off, and then press down. You'll need to tighten up this lid, okay? And then on a piece of scrap tissue or paper, you'll need to, you see, you've got the word push there. I don't know if you can just see that. If you just squeeze that until you'll start to see the ink come through the barrel into the nib, and then hopefully you can just see that dripping off there, and then that is ready to go. Okay, and I always keep that tissue because this is more of a flowy pen. I keep a bit of tissue beside me. So we're doing the word Vivian. So you can see this is a much larger pen. So you press down and you really do get a lot of ink in this one. I have to go quiet when I'm lettering. Vivian, your I-E-N-N-E, so I. And see I'm still doing that pressing down, which is giving me the thick lines, and then lifting up with the thin lines. The thin lines, like I say, somebody said they struggle with them, sorry. It is just practice. That is the best way of learning those thin lines. It's purely by practicing. Now, there's Vivian, but look at this shimmer. Can you see the shimmer in that V there as I move it along? That is absolutely phenomenal shimmer. It's really hard to pick up any sort of glitter or shimmer on a camera, but this pen is, oh, look at that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? I love that. So I love this pen. It's really, really gorgeous. Now, so you've got the silver, you've got the black, you have got the purple as well. Let me quickly just write... oh, Tracy, your son's just ordered you 2 kits. Well, I'd love to know which ones you've ordered, actually. So somebody said that pen looked a bit harder. That pen is a bristle pen, so yes, it is you do need a little more control over that one. This one in particular is a fibre tip, so this one doesn't need quite as much. Now I did craft earlier, I didn't do the word stash, so I'll just show you this purple quickly. We're getting towards the end. I do have some winners to announce. See, this purple has got a lot of silver mica in it. Let's bring the H over from there. So each letter I'm lifting up and I'm just thinking about it. CraftStash. There. So that purple is very shimmery again. You've got, I don't know how's best to show you. I think you can see the metallic on there. That gold is really taking over, isn't it? It's beautiful. But that is beautiful, the purple and the silver together. So all of this is in this kit. You do have, again, included this leaflet, and this has got in here descriptions of all of the pens, what they do, why you'd use each one. The sparkle brush pen, yes, that is the harder one to use of all of them. You kind of work your way through. I would suggest starting with one of these pens, and as you build up your confidence, until then you can use the gold to add some little accents in there. You've got tips about holding your pen at an angle and such. If you notice, I do hold my pen strangely, always have done. And you've got your alphabets and your different strokes and things. Now these strokes will basically will form every letter you need. Okay, so it shows you the direction that you can use. So you can see there, just shining on my paper is my lamp. So before I announce the winners, I just want to talk to you about this again. Now, you know when you have tools on your craft desk and they are something that you want to shout to all your friends about because you absolutely love them. Well, this is one of them. Now, let me just bring this in a little bit. This is what's been illuminating my face all day, and it's actually on offer at the moment. So at the moment, this LED light, let me turn it off so you can see the difference. The LED light at the moment is now down to $19.99. It's got 3 modes on it, and you can adjust how much light each mode is putting out. So if I put mine on, this is kind of midway of the daylight. I can put this up so it's really quite bright. That's as bright as it will go. Now, if you imagine, if we're looking at our little frog, you can see how much that is going to illuminate that for you, okay? Now actually continue looking at that. You can see you've got the different modes on this light. So that's our cool mode. You see the more blue tones come in, and then our warm mode as well for the yellows. So that's sometimes easier on the eye in the evening if you're doing whether it's something like beading, jewellery work, whether you love your colouring and your drawing but you like to do it in the evening as well. That's absolutely perfect. I keep mine on the daylight mode, and I don't usually need it at full light actually because it's LED, it's really bright. You can actually put it down, let's see how, there we go, down that low, so it's just a subtle light, but this is what also illuminates my face while I'm doing the videos, but I absolutely love it. So just pop it up a couple and put that to the side. That's what I use when I'm crafting, day or night, because it gives me then the same amount of light. I then know what colours all my things are. Now I have some winners, so I just want to run through all of the different deals for you very quickly. So the Spectrum Noir kits that we've been looking at, things like the mandalas, we've got the illustration, we've got the 3 that I've demonstrated, we've got the design concept. They're all on offer at the moment, so you can pick up 2 for $19.99 or one of them for $11.99 at the moment. Now, considering those high quality pens that you're getting in those kits, that is a fantastic offer. Also, because it's kind of Spectrum Noir Day at the moment, we've got the ink pads. They are 3 for £12 if you love your stamping and your blending with your colours like that. 3 for £12 of the ink pad, so stock up on those colours you don't already have. They are very much similar to like your distress inks, where you can add water to them and things like and blend with them. So fantastic quality ink pads there. The tri-blend pens. Now we saw them within the which ones were they in? With the mandalas, that kit, the calming colouring, mindful colouring. those tri-blend pens, they are at the moment any 3 of those for £9, which is again phenomenal. That makes each bullet end, each nib, only £1, okay, if you work it out like that. So I love those. As you can see, you get completely seamless blends from dark to light of any colour. Okay, so pick those up. I'd suggest picking those up with that mandala set, so then you've got lots of different colours to add in together. We've got paper pads as well, so Canson specialist pads from as low as £4.19, and the Goldine watercolour paper, which I cannot recommend enough. That is down to £12.49 at the moment, so that's saving £4 on that, and that's the one I need you to not buy too many of, because I need to grab some of those, please. The LED light I've already told you about, that's £19.99. And this tutorial, so brush lettering tutorial, over on Craft World. So you need to go to craftworld.com, go and have a look over there. It's completely free to join. I've been talking about it for the last few weeks. And so many of you have been joining. Thank you very much. But over there you'll get new challenges. There will be exclusive offers and discounts that you won't find anywhere else on craft products and craft tools. There are exclusive designer contents, things like step-by-step tutorials and videos over there that you'll be able to see that, again, we don't post. We're not posting on Facebook. We're not posting anywhere else. They're all going on Craft World. Make sure you go over there. You'll need to sign up to join. That's just an email address and a password. Okay. You can limit the emails that you get, of course, and it is completely free. But so many of us are over there already. We'd love you to join as well. Now pop over there, and that's where you will find the competition to be able to win that hour with me. So I need 5 of you for an hour with me, a video chat with a cup of tea, and we will arrange an evening that suits everybody. I might even send out a few products to you first beforehand, so you've got them to use, so we're all on the same page. We'll do a project together, we'll have a laugh, and we'll chat, and you can ask me lots of questions about lettering, modern calligraphy. Make sure you pop over to Craft World for that. So the winners, okay, so we have, let me see, the illustration and the blended mandalas. These are going out to Cheryl Thomas. Well done. So I'm looking down because I've got the winners down on my phone. Cheryl Thomas, these are coming out to you. So you're actually getting you're getting 11 pens in total with all of that tuition. Well done to Cheryl. The creative colouring, which was this one, and the modern calligraphy, which is this one. These are going out to Charlotte Pateman. Well done. Thank you very much for entering. They're going out to Charlotte. These are empty boxes. You will have filled ones. And lastly, the watercolour. This one, and the concept design. So more pens, loads in there, really top quality. They are going out to Nikki Carr. Well done, all 3 of you. Thank you for entering. We will get them out to you. As soon as you drop us a message with your address, we can get those sent out, whether it be to CraftStash or to myself, and we will sort that out. So congratulations to all the winners that I've announced today. I've had really good fun. The time's flown. I can't believe it's already gone 2 o'clock. That was a full hour. I hope you learned something, and I hope those of you picking up these kits learned something else as well. Next week is going to be equally as exciting. We'll drop lots of posts about that, so make sure you're following us on Facebook. Make sure you're following on all the social media sites so that you can keep up to date with what all the competitions are, where you can enter. We are giving prizes away virtually on a daily basis, so make sure you're all signed up. Thank you all so much. I love that today I've been able to read your comments as we go, so I love interacting with you, and I will try very much to comment back now on as many as possible. So see you next Friday. Please all stay safe, stay indoors where you can, and enjoy and get creative and crafting. Take care, and I'll see you again very soon.